Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So for today's video, I asked you guys over on YouTube and on Instagram to ask me any questions in regards to my collaboration with Ofra, and you guys did not disappoint. So you guys want to see all the questions you asked and what my answers are, well then definitely keep watching. So I'm not gonna lie, I am pre-filming this. So today is launch day. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So by the time you guys see this, my collection will be live. I don't know how it's gonna do because I am pre-filming this. It's Friday and I'm pretending that it's Tuesday. Fourth wall break here, but I just have a lot of stuff coming up that I have to pre-film for. So I am pre-filming, but today, by the time you guys see this, my collection with Ofra Cosmetics will be live. The whole PR set does retail for $49, or you guys can buy things individually. The Falling Love palette retails for $32. Kai Liquid Lip retails for $20, and Collab Lip Gloss retails for $15. You guys can use code Allie, save you guys 20% off, and I still can't believe it's here. It's here. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. It's here. Oh my god. I'll make sure I also link one over my face down below because I am wearing my collection, but I'll definitely be filming a reaction to my collection going live, so you guys will see that at a later video, but my collection's officially live. Okay, so like I said, I asked you guys over on Instagram and YouTube to ask me questions in regards to my collection, what goes into it and everything, and you guys did not hold back. So we're gonna go ahead and dive straight on in. I'm gonna try to answer every question that I can. Okay, so the first question was, how many revisions did you do? Honestly, I didn't do as many as one would think because I was pretty satisfied because Ofra was able to grab my colors that I wanted, like, completely. They had my vision, but I did do a few revisions. One of the revisions I did was my Kaya liquid lip. Here's the sample right here. This is the one that I said yes to, but the ones prior I was not a fan. It made me look a little bit too pale, a little bit too sickly, and it was not a good color. But we did finally settle on this one. This was the one I was exactly looking for, so I said yes to that. I think the bonfire shade got revised 3 different times, so I found the right orange that I was looking for. The sweater weather shade, again, that was another revision. I think I did that like 2 or 3 times. But the hayride, the evergreen, and the white pumpkin, I did not actually have to revise. These were exactly what I was looking for. They have the tones perfectly, so I said yes to these ones. So overall, we said overall 2 shades, had to get a couple revisions, and a liquid lip had to get a couple revisions. But yeah, it was a very easy process in terms of that because they just got my vision. They knew exactly what I wanted and they didn't play, and I really do appreciate that. Okay, so this next question comes from Kareen, who is the person I worked directly with. She is the boss of Ofra, and I was really nervous to work with her, but she is so incredibly sweet. I absolutely adore her. So she wrote, if you could do the process of the collab over with us, what is one thing you would change? One thing I would change. I think the one thing I would change is not what you would think. The one thing I would change would be the date of the photo shoot. And the only reason why is because one, I got my hair done like literally a month later. I wish I could have had this hair in the campaign because I really wanted to be my bright blonde again. And 2, I had an emergency tooth extraction 5 days prior, and I knew that we could not cancel the photo shoot because everything's on a time schedule. Everything is like literally listed times. Everything's on a time schedule. You have to have things turned in by a certain date. So I could not push back the photo shoot at all. So I had to go in. My mouth was really sore. It was really swollen, and I wish I could have done it at a different time so that I could have been more like into opening my mouth more or smiling more and not being so like hard with my face. And the reason why I say that is because, a lot of times like they're directing you, okay, don't smile here, do this, like do like a half smile. And so like I kept turning my head like this way to the camera because I was trying to hide. My tooth is missing over here. So I kept trying to hide the fact that like I'm missing a tooth. So I would just, and if I smiled, I was doing this. Not fully smiling all the way because I was so self-conscious of my missing tooth, and I was also really sore, and so like the smiling back and forth nonstop was really pulling at the muscles, causing me to be in some pain, and I couldn't really eat, and I was just on a liquid diet then, so it's just an overall like this sucks, but I wouldn't have changed anything else. I just wish I could have changed the photo shoot date so that I could be like where I am now, or my hair is done, I'm completely healed, I can eat whatever, I can smile and have no problem. Like, that would be the only thing I would change, truly. I think working with Ofra was incredible. I had the most amazing experience and I would not change anything else. When did it actually hit you that, oh my God, I have a collab coming out? I think the moment that it hit me truly was when I went down to the Ofra headquarters to do my photo shoot, and I walked into the room for the first time for them to do my makeup, and I literally saw like my PR package sitting right there. I saw my actual like palette open with my lip glosses and my liquid lips sitting there, and I was just like, oh my God, like this is literally happening. Like, I'm so used to like living out of these like little sample packets right here. I was so used to building my palette out of here, creating looks out of here, to actually see it fully come to fruition and see it in its actual like packaging with my name written on the back, my name written on here, was truly such an incredible moment. And then I think also another moment that it hit was when I saw people getting their PR boxes. Like, I have not gotten a PR box at all. I don't think I'm going to, which is completely fair. But what I did not know was that my face is on the card. Like the PR card, the little insert card they put in the boxes, my face is on it. And I'm like, since when is my face on here? Like, I had no idea that my face is going to be on that. So I think that was such a surreal moment to see like my face is on there and on the website. It's weird. It's so weird. So weird, but so surreal. So cool. Weird. Someone asked, how do you get paid? Do you make more off sales? You don't have to say how much you've made. Honestly, I have not gotten paid yet. The sales haven't happened, but typically, and I'm going to be very upfront, typically you sign a contract and you negotiate like the percentage of the sales that you would get. I'm not going to say what percentage it is. That is part of our contract to not talk about it, but you do negotiate beforehand to determine what type of percentage of the actual sales you would get. So every brand is different. I think like, what was it? Like when I saw Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, like they negotiated, I think he was going to get like 30 to 40%, which is just, holy shit, that's incredible. But like, it's different for every single influencer and it's different with every single brand. I think it kind of depends on the level of success that you have and kind of how big of your following, but you do kind of negotiate it based upon the sales. And if you have any sort of affiliate codes, your affiliate codes could be given toward you during that time, or sometimes affiliate codes are not applicable. It just kind of depends again on the brand. So that's how you make your money off a collaboration, is based upon the sales. You get a certain percentage of it, and if you have affiliate codes. So hopefully that answers your question. But I have not gotten paid at all, not yet, because well, it hasn't happened. How long did you have to keep it a secret? I've had to keep this a secret since the end of February, early March. I've had to keep this a secret, which is crazy because I don't like keeping secrets. At least not like that. Like something that I'm really excited about that I want you guys to see. That was like really hard because I was like, I just want to tell you guys, I just want to shout it to the world. Like, oh my gosh, look. So that was hard. How do you negotiate? Sounds terrifying without a lawyer or rep. Well, you just do. It is very terrifying because there's a lot of terms in there that you may not know, like myself. I do have an amazing friend. If you guys don't know, I've talked about this friend a lot, but his name is Cody J, and he actually works with the brands. He actually is a social media coach, and so he actually has looked over several contracts for me over the years. Cody is one of the main reasons why I was able to get a sponsorship with a brand, and I got paid what I got paid because of Cody, because he was very much like, nope, you're not saying that, and he wrote out exactly what needs to be said. He taught me about whitelisting and usage rights, and he is truly phenomenal. I love Cody so much. Please go follow him, go support him, especially if you're starting out as a content creator and you kind of want to know the ropes and like what to do and what not to do. Go follow Cody because he literally will teach you in and out. But that is how I kind of like would understand contracts. I would send it to somebody who kind of got it. Like eventually one day I hope to have like a manager or maybe a lawyer. That way they can kind of understand the terms better than I can, and they can break it down and explain it in plain English for me to get it, because otherwise I just don't. But yeah, it definitely is intimidating for sure. First of all, congratulations. Thank you so much. Are you thinking of starting up your own brand someday? I don't know. I think, I did, if you guys didn't know, I did some contractor work a little bit ago where I got to do some customer service for a brand. And while it was a lot of fun, you definitely do get to see a different side to things of what it really kind of goes into for at least like running a customer service for a brand. And it's not peachy keen. It's not all rainbows and sunshine. There's definitely a lot of downsides to it. And you know, to start your own brand, you have to invest some serious heavy money into it. And I don't have that money to do that, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. And I think if I were to start a brand, I'm not entirely sure if I want to do fully makeup. I feel like the market's kind of oversaturated with influencer brands, and I don't know if I'd want to do makeup, even though as much as I love makeup, there are other things I'm really passionate about too that I'd like to show off, like reading stuff or gaming stuff, or candles and stuff like that. So I feel like I can get a little bit more usage than just makeup. You know, as much as makeup would be a lot of fun, I wouldn't want that to be the only thing I would ever create. I'd want to create other products too. So while it'd be absolutely amazing to one day have my own brand, and that would be something I'd love to do, I definitely think that's not going to happen anytime soon. Not in the near future, at least. No way. What was the collab process like? Amazing. It was amazing. The team at Ofra was incredibly kind, very generous. They literally knew my vision. They were so much willing to work with me on any process. Anything I wanted, they did. Ofra has always done same day reveals, same day launches. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to just reveal something and be like, hey, it's live. I want to actually do it kind of old school. I miss the days when you used to be able to sit here and say, oh my God, there's this reveal, there's this launch, it's coming up in a week and a half. You build up the hype around it, and then when it launches, everybody's like, yeah. And then you also allow people to, to save money and to figure out whether or not they want to get it, because there's so many different makeup launches happening at one time. It's easy for them if they know what they want to get, what they don't want to get. And so I miss the days when I used to get so excited about makeup launches. And I'll use this as an example because it happened. I used to love Jeffree Star launches. I used to look forward to the day when Jeffree Star had his mystery boxes or his launches. Those launches were always so much fun. I used to go down to Morphe at 4 a.m. and sit there and camp out trying to get my hands on the newest Jeffree Star Cosmetics launch. And I just miss the hype around makeup like that. So I knew that's what I wanted to do. And Ofra was very generous and said, absolutely. When I said I wanted to do a live giveaway, they said, absolutely. Whatever I asked for, they had no problem doing it. They were the most easiest brand I've ever worked with. They are the absolute kindest. And they just got my vision. And they're just so sweet. They're great people down there. I love them. Next question. Will the collab be available to buy at Beauty Bay or exclusively to the Ofra website? I don't know. That's a really good question. I'm assuming exclusively just to Ofra. I didn't know Ofra had products in Beauty Bay, but I would assume just Ofra. But if anything changes and they are available other places, I'll definitely let you know. This is a great question. What was the reaction when they told you they wanted to collaborate with you? So proud of you, by the way. Thank you so much. So my reaction, if you want to know exactly what I said, was, are you fucking kidding me? Wait, what? You're seriously, you want to collaborate with me? I was like, what the fuck? I'm sorry to curse, but that is literally what I did on the phone. I was like, what? I literally did not believe it. I was like, no way, no, not I just could not wrap my mind around it. And I think, it's not Ofra's fault when I say this, but if you guys have been on my channel, you guys would know that I have been told things from brands that have never come to fruition. God, I've been added to PR list and I've never gotten PR. I was told I was going to get this hard candy. It was we're going to send your new lip oils. They never fucking did. You know what I mean? They never did. Colourpop added me to the PR list. I didn't get my first PR box until 6 months later, and I still rarely get PR. It just happens where brands promise these things and they just never really come true. And then I feel like such an idiot sitting here on camera being like, oh my gosh, so and so happened. I'm so excited. And then it doesn't happen. I feel like such an idiot. So I was very much yeah, right, but they were very sweet, said, no, this is happening. And, I was kind of okay, we'll see. And then the team's like, we need your colors. We need you to send us colors. I was like, oh, you're not playing. So yeah, I was very much skeptical, disbelief until it actually started to happen. Then I was like, oh, this shit's real. Ooh, we have a great question from Olivia. When's the Colourpop collab? I don't know. I personally would want to collaborate with Glam Night next over Colourpop, personally. But that would be really cool if I ever did a Colourpop collab. That would be really cool. Maybe one day. I think I'd have to have millions of followers for that to happen, but hey, you never know. Do you want to do a bigger palette than a 5 shades so there were more blending colors, etc.? Honestly, I didn't. I did not want to do a bigger palette, and I think the reason why is because I wanted to create something super affordable. I know that times are tough. Times are tough for me, and I know that times are tough for a lot of people out there. And I didn't want to create a palette that was too expensive, because there are a lot of palettes out there that are like anywhere between $49 to like $69, and that's just something I didn't want to do. I wanted to create something that was easy to travel with and very accessible to most people and was pretty affordable, because like I said, it does retail for $32, but if you use code Allie, you do save 20% off of that, so it does bring down to like 20 something. Math, I don't know the math on the top of my head, but I wanted to create something very simple, very easy, very on the go, very budget friendly, and that's what I wanted. I said that from the very, very beginning, because Ofra did ask me. Ofra did ask me if I wanted to do a bigger palette, and I said no. I said no, I want to do something that's very affordable for everybody out there, because I needed to be affordable for myself. I wanted to be affordable for everybody else. So that is why I stuck to the 5-pan palette, and I just think it's beautiful. And I know that like there's not as much transition shades, a lot of people out there, but it definitely can say this will match beautifully with any other palettes you have in your collection. If you want to grab like neutral shades, you guys can definitely mix this with that. I just wanted this to be easy, beautiful, fall, and affordable. How long did the whole process start to launch day? End of February, early March to September. So I guess you do like 6 months. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Oh, almost 7 months. 7 months for this to happen. And I think the reason why, because I know like some brands can take like a year and a half for collaborations to come to fruition, but Ofra makes everything in-house. I think the only thing they don't make in-house is their actual like packaging. Everything else they do make in-house. So it's easy for them to figure out the formula and the type of formulas, the colors, the making of it, the batching of it. They do everything in-house because they have their own chemist and they have their own factory. So it's why it's a little bit easier to make things sooner rather than later. It's why it takes only 6 to 7 months for a collaboration to come out, versus like if you work with a brand that has everything like outsourced over like in China, that might take a bit longer because you have to wait for everything to come in and go through customs and go through different laboratories. Ofra is their own. So that's why I think it definitely was a lot easier. So I would say overall 6 to 7 months is what it took for this whole thing to get started, from like beginning to end. How did you come up with those colors? They work so well together in the lip combo. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I came up with the colors because I knew immediately the colors I always go for in terms of fall colors. I knew exactly what I wanted for fall. Like I knew I wanted a burnt mustard yellow. That's like a sunflower. I wanted like a pumpkin orange. I wanted a beautiful like white shimmer topper that would go with any shade in here. I knew I had to have like a plum purple and like a mossy green. I definitely knew from the very get-go what I always envisioned for like an ideal fall palette. Now granted, there are more shades in here that I would have, granted there's more shades I have that I definitely correlate with fall, but like I knew these were like my top 5 to 6 shades, so that was very easy for me to be like, this is what I want, these are the colors that I want. Like I already had it in my head of what I wanted. As for the lip combo, that was just me doing different trial and errors of mixing different liquid lips together to be like, okay, this is my perfect liquid lip, this is my perfect liquid lip color. I wanted to take down my 3 or 4 liquid lips that I put on to make my perfect lip combo. I wanted to create it down to 1, and that is what we did. It took a minute. It definitely took a minute, a little trial and error, but we found the perfect combination that I truly have been obsessed with. So thank you so much for the sweet compliment. I appreciate it. Congratulations on it. Thank you so much. Just curious to what brand you would want to collaborate with next. Glamlight. 100% Glamlight. You guys know I love Ofra to death, but I also really love Glamlight. Glamlight's another one of my favorite brands, and I would love to collaborate with them. It would be a true dream. So yeah, Glamlight. Were you thinking about adding a lip liner to the collection? Why didn't it make it through? Honestly, I didn't think about adding a lip liner because I didn't know Ofra had lip liners. I generally did not know. That would have been really cool because if Ofra did, I would have 100% created my own bourbon liquid lip. I would have 100% created my own bourbon lip liner that I'm obsessed with, the Jaclyn Cosmetics. I would have created my own in an Ofra form, but I also didn't know. So that's kind of my fault for not knowing. I also didn't ask and do my due diligence. But maybe one day we can expand and add on to it. But that would have been cool. That would have been cool. How many PR boxes did you produce? I want to say several hundred PR boxes. I think there's like several hundred. I don't know the exact number. I'd have to ask, but I want to say it's like over 300 to 400 over. But I know that the PR boxes are limited. Like the physical PR boxes are limited, but they can make the collection. They can just keep making the collection because they, like I said, they make everything in house, so they don't ever have to run out. They can just keep making it. But I think the physical like boxes, I think there's like only a couple hundred of them. I think. Okay, so next question is, what was your favorite part about working with Ofra for the second time? All of it. All of it. Ofra has always been so incredibly kind, not just to me, But to Paige when we went down there last year, and then to my husband this year, they've always been so accommodating, so kind. If I ever am down there, they say, do you want any restocks? They make sure that I'm fed, that I don't need anything to drink, that I have everything and anything I want. They have been so incredible. They're such a great team. They're so kind. They're so funny. Last year when I stayed down there, they booked a hotel room for me and Paige. They took us out to have dinner with them. They took us out to go to the Hard Rock for a little bit. Like, it was the coolest thing. Then they let us go like on a huge shopping spree. If I'm ever down there and I'm just like, hey, I need restocks of this, they said absolutely. If I say, hey, I just want to do a giveaway, they say absolutely, no questions asked. They're such a great team. They're so giving, and it has been truly amazing. Truly amazing to work with them. I wish everybody has a chance to work with them because they are just so willing to bend over backwards if you ask them to. And not that I did, but I'm just saying that they're so sweet. I love working with them. Did you do your own makeup for the campaign? I did not. Thank gosh. I actually had my makeup professionally done. There's Shaq, who's a professional makeup artist. She's also a social media manager over there, and she did my makeup, and she did the best job. I didn't have to tell her what I wanted. She just kind of like went in with like her own vision, and she created the most beautiful eye look. And her blending skills, my God, her blending skills are phenomenal. I've tried to blend like her, and I can't. But truly, she made me feel so beautiful. And it just was so cool to like have someone else do my makeup. I've never experienced that before. And I don't know if I ever will, but I really enjoyed it. And she was very kind. She knew that I was very sensitive. She let me kind of do my little bit my own eyes, because like I have a hard time with somebody like poking stuff in my eyes. I was like, you know what I mean? But she made it very easy. She put my lashes on. Like, it was great. I love working with her. That was such a cool experience. It was so nice to see someone else do makeup and make me feel more prettier than I ever felt before, and who could do makeup far better than I can. So I loved it. Were there any other colors that almost made the cut and got thrown out? Yes. There was a red shade. No, I had a red shade, and I also had a brown shade. I went back and forth between red and brown like there was no tomorrow. I mean, like literally back and forth. I sent the team, like I said, I sent the team like paint swatches, and I included different pictures, different bundles, and I just went back and forth between a red or brown shade. And the red would have replaced the purple, and the brown shade probably would have replaced the purple or the green. Like, I was just kind of going back and forth. Like, when you think of fall, what are your most like fall inspired colors? So you do see red. Red is definitely implemented in fall shades, but so is brown. So I was really going back and forth between those two shades, and if I were to take them out, what would they replace? And they would have replaced Sweater Weather and Evergreen. And we were playing with different combinations, and I just knew at the end what I loved the best. And actually it was my husband who kind of got me to see the vision, because I had it laid out in a different order, and so that's why I was like going back and forth nonstop for a while. Then my husband rearranged it to be what you guys see now between Hayride, Bonfire, White Pumpkin, Sweater Weather, and Evergreen. When he laid that out, I was like, that's it. I was like, that is it. So yeah, that the red and brown almost made the cut. And you guys know I don't like red, but like I know red is great for fall. So yeah, that almost made the cut. Best and worst aspects to doing a collab, or maybe easy, most difficult. So the best aspect is obviously creating your dream palette, your dream product, and getting to have something with your name on it that people can go out and buy and be like, I made that. Like, I physically made that. That's something I thought of and had developed from just like a thought and a concept to it now being on store shelves. Like, it is the coolest thing. And I think the most difficult or the worst part is just people willing to judge. Like, you're going to have people out there that are not going to like your stuff. They're not going to like your makeup, your hair, whatever, lip color, your lip colors, your product colors. Like, there are going to be people out there who are going to be negative about it. And I feel like that's a little bit more difficult because you do put your heart and soul into this. And so when people kind of rag on it, you're like, but I love it. Like, but I also have to be realistic and understand that this is the name of the game. This is something that people are going to do. They're going to judge it. They're going to not like it. They're going to like it. And I do know that's what comes to the territory. I mean, obviously I do YouTube videos that comes to the territory regardless. But yeah, I feel like that is something that's very eye-opening to me, is that there might be people out there that are just not going to like it, and they're going to be mean about it, and you just want to be protective of your baby because you're so proud of it. So that's like the best analogy I can put. Hi, I love you so much. Oh, I love you. Did you choose the fall theme yourself, or did you have guidance? I did not have guidance. I chose it myself. I'm obsessed with fall. I've had this idea of a fall palette. I've actually had the name Falling in Love for years. I've had it for years, and I've had the fall theme in my head for years. I always said the first brand that ever wanted to collaborate with me, I was going to do a fall theme palette. Literally, I knew. I knew the second any brand said, yes, I want to collab, but fall. I had it ready to go from the very, very get-go. So yeah, I didn't need any help. I didn't need any guidance with that one. So happy for you. Oh, thanks, Alyssa. What would your next themed palette be other than Glamlight and Ofra? Who would you want to collab with? I love that you know, other than Glamlight and Ofra, who would my other collaboration want to be with? The third brand that I would want to collaborate with would be Lunar Beauty. It'd be Lunar Beauty. You guys know that I love Lunar Beauty so much, and I would absolutely love to collaborate with Lunar Beauty. I won't say what the theme would be. I have 2 other themes in mind that I would do that would represent me completely, but I'm not going to say what they are. I'm going to keep that to myself, but I would say I would love to collaborate with Lunar Beauty. That would be another dream of mine. But I love that you knew Ofra and then Glamlight. Like, I love that you knew that. Love the collab. Thank you. Would you love to make a Halloween palette someday or any other palette theme? I would. I absolutely would. That'd be fun. This is a great question. Are there limits on how many times you can ask for revision or of any particular shade? Would you be able to change the concept midway if it didn't work for you anymore? Congrats, Allie. I'm so excited for you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So there were no limits. I literally asked the team too. I was like, anytime I was like, hey, I don't like this shade. Can we make it perfect example would be Bonfire. Okay, perfect example. I was like, I don't like that it's pulling too brown. I need it to be more orange. It needs to have an orange undertone. It needs to look like a pumpkin. And we had to do revisions of that several times. And I felt bad. Like, I apologized profusely. It's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I felt like such a dick asking for a revision. But the team's like, no, like, you can ask for revisions as many times as you want. I think they told me like there was one person I think that had like 10 revisions before they got exactly what they were looking for. They have no limits on it. It's whatever I wanted, because they kept saying, this is your collab, this is your project, whatever you want, we will make happen for you. So I had no limits on how many times I could have asked for revisions. I felt bad every time, by the way. I apologized profusely because I just felt so bad, but they were so sweet. Could I have changed the concept midway through? I'm sure I could have, as long as the product is not in production. They do produce about 6 weeks prior to launch. I could have probably changed anything. I could have been in May and be like, you know what, let's scrap the whole fall theme, let's go for this. And they'd have been like, all right. So the samples would have just gone to like waste. They just had to get thrown away, and I just would have felt bad to like the chemists and the team that made those samples and colors. But yeah, they would have no problem if I would have switched it. It just would have been like, oh, we might have to push maybe a date around or 2. But yeah, they were very easy to work with, very, very flexible. Next question was, congratulations on this. You did such an amazing job. I'm buying it because I love fall just as much as you. Oh, thank you so much, Jen. My question to Teapotter, was it fun or stressful to come up with your own shades? And were you nervous that no one will love this? So yes. So first off, it was not stressful at all to come up with my own shades. I had the best time doing it. I loved every second of it. And 2, was I nervous? Oh, I cried. A lot, actually. And I was freaking out to Corrine. I was freaking out to Corey. I was very terrified that no one was going to love this. I think that was like the most scared I've been in quite some time. I literally, the day that it went revealed, you know, I felt bad because I had like Angelica and Heather and Alyssa and Mikey and Corey, and all of them were like, oh my gosh, we're so excited. And I'm over here going, no, I'm not. I don't want to do this. I got so scared that I literally pressed reveal, and I went and hid in my bedroom. I did not go on my phone. I took a long shower because I just was so scared of what people's response is going to be, because I've never done this before. I mean, yeah, I had my influencer pan project, but I just picked existing shades. I didn't get to pick out the names or anything. I just picked existing shades and just put them in the order that I liked. So it's a very different process. This is something that I created myself. They never had these shades before, never had these shades names or the liquid lip or lip gloss. So I was very nervous, and I wasn't sure how everyone was going to respond to it. So yeah, that was very stressful. And it's not over. I am going to be freaking out the day of the launch. Today, when you guys see this video, I'm gonna be a basket case. I'm gonna be a big ball of nerves, just because I want you guys to be happy. I want you guys to love it as much as I do, because not only did I create it for me, but I also created it for you guys in mind too. So it's very scary. It's a very scary process, I won't lie. Last but not least is from Jessica. It says, so excited for this to come out. Congratulations. Thank you so much. My question is, why does it take so long to work on a collaboration, and were you able to see how all the products were made? So I think the reason why it takes so long is because, like I said earlier, a lot of brands do outsource their labs and their packaging from like China and other places around the world. So they do outsource. So it does take long because you're having to put the order in, having to get you're having to one get the samples, and then once the samples comes in, if you approve it, it takes a while through communication, and then once you approve it, then you have to go and buy it, like purchase it, and then it takes forever for them to manufacture it, and then it takes a while for it to come from international to over here. It has to go through customs. It's a process. It really is truly such a process. Like, you were sitting here thinking like about this for a while. You want to, you're waiting for everything just to come in. So that's why it takes so long whenever you work with, different laboratories, different manufacturers that are not your own, because you do have to just wait that time gap for correspondence and shipping and buying and approvals and all that type of stuff. Now, when it came to Ofra, because they have everything made in-house, the only thing, like I said, they don't is their outside packaging. It was a lot easier because they can just make things there. They don't have to wait for a lab to send over samples. They don't have to wait for manufacturers to produce their products. They can make everything in-house. That's why it's a lot easier. It still took close to 7 months for it to come true because, we had to come up with I had to come up with a color scheme. The names took forever to name. That was the longest process. I sat on the names for weeks and weeks. Then the theme, then saying yes to the colors, no to the colors. Like, that's what takes the longest, is just like that when it comes to Ofra. And did I get to see the production? I sure did. I got to go down to Ofra. Now, I didn't get to see my full palette being in production because those were already like produced and made. I got to see them on the line being put into the actual like physical palette, like the shades. But I did get to watch my liquid lip and my lip gloss being made, which I thought was really, really cool. I actually kind of helped. I did it behind the scenes. I actually helped with the liquid lip. I got to help stir the machine that was mixing up my batch. I thought that was the coolest thing. And then to see my gloss, that was amazing. I think it's so cool. If you guys ever get a chance, I know Ofra does tours. At least they did. I think they still do. You could actually see how makeup is being made from the lab, like literally sitting in the lab, to the production line and seeing how a product gets made. And it's the coolest experience, and I loved seeing my product being made. It was so cool, and I'm so glad I got to have it in hand and help making it. So this was a long video. I hope I answered as many questions as possible. If I missed any of your questions, I do apologize, but I just want to take a minute just to thank you guys so much again for all the love and support you guys have shown me during this time. It has been so overwhelming, but in the most beautiful way. I just did not expect the sweetest, kind responses that I got, and I did not expect you guys to just make me cry every day because, like I said, you guys know this has been a hard year, and I've really kind of stopped believing in myself at some point, and the fact that you guys have been so uplifting. It is just the most incredible thing, and I seriously cannot stress this enough. I would not be sitting here right now talking about this if it wasn't for each and every single one of you guys watching my video, commenting on my video, liking my video, just showing up for me every single day has made this possible. So this collection is for you because it would not be possible without you. So I thank you guys. I know you guys thank me every day, but no, the biggest thanks and who the real love and support should go to is you guys, because you guys are just so incredible. So my dog moved my camera. So with that said, guys, the Falling in Love collection is available right now if you guys want to get your hands on it. Like I said, it does retail for $49. You guys can use my code to save 20% off. And anyone who has purchased this, thank you so much. And if you did not purchase this, that is okay too. Just you being here is truly the biggest support. I cannot stress that enough. So thank you guys so much, and I love you guys so much. So that is it for today's video, guys. If you guys liked today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel, to Ofra Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful paid members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.